don't think otherwise.
Remember, you can subscribe to Facebook page. You can also like that Kenya. Remember to comment so that you know how and where and which you will from. Now, before we dive into the paper, what is happening in our own country.
Yeah, let's begin with yesterday, whereby we had a very good time. We enjoyed the best entertainment from every corner of Kenya because we were there. Everything was so nice. They were doing that thing just out of this one. Anyway, Her Excellency encouraged youth and know that we are also human beings. If I can be able to embrace the Maasai culture and how they were dancing, I can be able to embrace the Kuria culture, how they did their thing yesterday. It was so good, it was so nice. If in case you just missed it, you will still there. You still somewhere.
Actually, it was a very wonderful event at college in Kenya. Where you can go to Kenya. That's on YouTube. The videos are there. We were airing live. Yesterday in Glory TTC.
Yeah. And again, the Rongo University workers joined their fellows their Secretary General Gerald Chiem said that they will continue protecting the inspired children at the university and they will not come out in large numbers protesting so that the government can hear them out. And I think today is a very big day because who is a woman?
Once
because we have hero and a heroine. So it is unisex. Thank you for I'm very proud of where I come. So the legend who just left us, but today is that day where county of Migori today and tomorrow, and even the day after tomorrow is peace. The only thing we need everything is peace. We have seen some people are claiming that there are some drums of war which are being beaten somewhere. So we are urging everybody, each and every person from God, from wherever you may be coming, please bring peace with you. Carry along. But make sure you have peace. Even if you will carry it in your pocket or in your hand, make sure you carry peace.
Thank you, sir. That is important. Also famous known as Princess Julie.
Kabisa.
Now remember, BTV will bring you live procession from the mortuary to the home. If you follow BTV, you'll be able to see. We'll give you pictures of how the body will be moved from the mortuary, from the hospital, and all the way to home.
What we want to hear
Yes.
is you will give us the procession
Yeah.
mpaka usiku mpaka kesho mwisho wa sherehe.
I was just still talking.
Okay.
And I said we'll give you the
Now tell us
procession
what we want to hear.
from the hospital and also all the way to home.
Yeah.
And the following day we'll be able to bring you live what's happening.
What
on
about the night
ground.
vigil? I want the night vigil.
Do you want to be there at night?
No, I want you to bring it to me live from my comfort zone.
It's okay. You'll view it live in BTV Kenya. We'll
Good.
be there to cover
That's what I wanted
everything
to hear.
that you will be. So don't be left out. It doesn't matter where you're viewing from, whether from Migori County, Homa Bay County, Kisii County, Siaya County, Nairobi County, Marsabit County, Kwale County, from whichever county and from whichever part of the world, because BTV Kenya reaches out to our viewers all over the world. So remember to keep tuned to BTV as we bring everything to you live regarding to the demise of our very own Alili Nyajogena. So please keep watching BTV. Let us know where you're viewing us from. And remember to grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper, which is free. Just go to the nearest vendor, pick your copy and read more comprehensively, as what we will do is just to give you a brief of what to expect in the newspaper. And also, remember, it is pocket friendly. Just if in case you don't have money to walk to the nearest vendor, go to Google, type People Daily newspaper and pick e-paper. It will download automatically for free and you'll be able to watch that. You'll be able to read more extensively. Now let me get straight into what we're having in the newspaper. Now, looking into the cover story of the People Daily newspaper, we see how Ruto police crushed the Gen Zs.
Yeah.
Remember in June we had a demonstration where the young people, the Gen Zs, demonstrated against the Finance Bill 2024-2025, which was to be signed by the president. But a report has shown how the police and the government of Kenya dealt with the Gen Zs to ensure that it came to an end. The protest was brought to an end. And they say, faced with an existential political threat by brave youngster demanding good governance, state deployed acts including abduction and extrajudicial killings. That is what is there in the People Daily newspaper. We'll give you we'll give you much of that, and you can check there on page 4. Rights commissions and police oversight agency release a demanding report. You can also get to check that. That is also there. And also limit children's screen time to just 2 hours. Parents are urged to limit children viewing screens for at least 2 hours, and that is in page 16 of the People Daily newspaper. Will give you that. And also headache as state inside the state scheme to reintroduce finance bill. We will also give you that in page 17. And a big question: will US voters make Kamala the first woman to lead US, or return former President Donald Trump to power? That is there in page 23. Sorry, of the People Daily newspaper. grab your copy so that we read with you. Now let us get into page 1 of the People Daily newspaper. Today we are going to cluster them as I've been doing in education, political and business wise, and any others that comes in. Now let's get into what's there. Now Koskei calls for school heads resource prudence integrity. Now Chief of Staff asked institution managers to apply policies that ensure proper running. A story by Ruben Mwambingu in page 2 says school managers to implement policies that promote accountability, prudent resource use, and efficient running. Now Chief of Staff stressed his caution on governance, warning primary school heads against attempts to develop sudden appetite for more money. That in regards to when she was addressing the head of primary school teachers
in Mombasa,
who were in Mombasa in their annual meeting.
Yeah, this comes after the school heads wanted promotion. They demanded, I don't know whether they demanded or they requested, but what they needed was a promotion, being that now they are going to handle more junior secondary students. And I don't know why this, but I think the government should streamline the education sector, because right now there won't be Form 1s, meaning that there will be vacant rooms in the secondary section, and again we will have in secondaries where we have science lab. Yes, so I think the government should be able to streamline the education sector, because insisting that the JSS should still remain in primary schools, yet there are sciences that should be science practicals that should be undertaken, then it will undermine the education sector. Now that was just by the way, but again the government should just ensure that these teachers are reimbursed in a very good manner, because now they have more responsibilities. They will be managing the primary section and again managing the junior secondary section, which is an added responsibility, because you have to keep the record of both the sections. So I think the teachers were just right to request for promotion, or rather to request for more money, more resources, if I can say that. Yeah, you've put it very well. More resources to ensure that these students are well taught and have the best education. So I think the government should just listen to the teachers, and ensure that there are enough facilities that can enable these students to learn in school.
Sasa kwa sababu leo tumeona Odede ameshift to English, wacha sasa mimi.
But I'm struggling with that English, that's the problem.
Tunaona ya kwamba kwenye kongamano ambao walimu walikuwa nayo huko Mombasa, wamehimizwa ya kwamba wasiwe na tamaa ya pesa mingi na waweke matumizi bora kwa fedha ambazo zinatolewa kutumika pale shuleni. Hayo ni baadhi ya mambo ambayo walikuwa wameambiwa, na pia tunapata ya kwamba hilo kongamano linafanyika kila mwaka, na pale ndipo mahali ambapo wanapeleka hisia zao, maoni zao na mambo ambayo wanataka itekelezwe na serikali. Na tunashukuru sana kwa sababu serikali waliitika na wakaenda pale na wakaweza kujibu baadhi ya mashtaka ambayo baadhi ya mambo ambayo walikuwa wanahitaji, na tunaamini ya kwamba serikali itatimiza jinsi walivyoahidi walimu wetu kabisa, na hata kuwapandisha baadhi ya walimu vyeo, kwa sababu walitamani sana ili waweze kupandishwa vyeo kutoka kwa viwango moja hadi vingine. Kumbuka walikuwa wanasema ya kwamba kuna baadhi ya walimu ambao wamekuwa wakifunza kwa miaka mingi sana, lakini hadi ambapo walifikia hawajapewa promotion, na tunaamini ya kwamba haya yatatekelezwa ipasavyo ifikapo wakati ambapo inafaa. Now wakati ambapo bado tuko katika hiyo hali ya kuzungumza mambo ya elimu, tunapata ya kwamba karibu walimu 8 walishikwa na polisi kuhusiana na mambo ya mtihani inayoendelea pale Homa Bay County. Na inasemekana ya kwamba hao walimu walipeleka kwenye gereza
bado custody
korokoroni, ambapo kwa English wanasema ya kwamba cell. Wanasema the 8 teachers held in Homa Bay over exam malpractices. Examination body moves fast to clear the air and assure public of credible exercise as invigilators voice increased pay demand. Tunaona ya kwamba wale ambao wanahusika katika hilo jambo la kushughulikia uendeshaji wa mtihani ambalo linaendelea, pia wanahitaji kwamba serikali awazidi kuongezea pesa kwa sababu ya kazi ambao wanafanya. Sijui wewe unasemaje?
Kile ambacho naweza nikasema ni kwamba
niliwaambia nikianza Kiswahili atarejelea Kiswahili, endelea, mimi nita shift kwa Kiingereza sasa.
Kile ambacho naweza nikasema ni kwamba serikali iweze kuhakikisha kwamba kila mtu ambaye anafanya kazi ya serikali apewe mazingira mazuri na aweze kupewa rasilimali za kufanya ile kazi. And nikizungumzia swala hili la wizi wa mtihani, walimu 8 wameweza kutiwa mbaroni kuhusiana na wizi wa mtihani katika kaunti ya Homa Bay. Kwa hisia zangu ama kwa mafikirio zangu ni kwamba huu mfumo mpya wa elimu ambao unaitwa CBC nafikiria utakomesha swala nzima ama tatizo hili la wizi wa mtihani, kwa sababu tulikuwa tumeona mtihani wa KPSEA huo mtihani uliisha na tukushuhudia kisa chochote cha wizi wa mtihani.
Ulifanywa kwa njia ambayo umeboreka kabisa.
Kwa sababu gani? Hakuna mfumo ambao ule mfumo wa kuorodhesha wanafunzi kulingana na jinsi ambavyo wamefanya vyema uliisha. Inamaanisha kwamba hakuna ile inaitwa competition. Sasa inamaanisha kwamba kile ambacho kinaleta wizi wa mtihani ni kupigania nafasi bora ama kupigania matokeo mazuri ama matokeo bora. Inamaanisha kwamba sasa kama kuna baadhi ya shule ambao sasa lazima lazima walimu wajihusishe na mambo kama haya. Sasa nafikiria CBC kwa kiwango kikubwa itachangia pakubwa katika kukamilisha janga hili la wizi wa mtihani, kwa sababu jana ilikuwa ni siku ya pili. Bado tuko na siku kadhaa. Inamaanisha kwamba tutarajie visa vingine zaidi. Kwa sababu hata hapa katika kaunti ya Migori kuna uchunguzi ambao unaendelea katika shule moja ambao sitaki kutaja shule hiyo, lakini kuna uchunguzi ambao tayari umeanzishwa kwa sababu kuna hisia kwamba shule hiyo katika kaunti hii ya Migori inajihusisha na masuala ya wizi wa mtihani. Sasa tunatarajia kwamba janga hili litakuwa limekomeshwa katika siku zijazo ama baada ya mfumo huu wa 844 kuisha. Hakutakuwa na visa hivi vya wizi wa mtihani.
Now, police in Homa Bay have arrested 8 teachers over allegations of engaging in malpractices in the ongoing Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education KCSE exams. The tutors from secondary school in Homa Bay town constituency were arrested on Monday evening after they were reportedly found photocopying an exam paper. Now, that and more of that story, please grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper and read more extensively. It is in page 8 of the People Daily newspaper. Now, on the same story, matters to do with education, we see Sakaja serves 310,000 school children. A total of 30 million meals have been served to about 310,000 school-going children since the inception of Nairobi County School Feeding Program, dubbing it Dishi na County. We see Sakaja is doing a great work there, now launching a school feeding programs, and he has really fed a great number of children in the program known as Dishi na County. What do you say about that, Lennox?
It is a very good move because most school-going children, most of them doesn't take breakfast while going to school, because the economy is economizing each and every person. Sasa kile ambacho kinafanyika ni kwamba tunatarajia kuona hata kaunti zingine pia zikifanya jambo kama hili, kwa sababu hata kaunti hii ya Migori ina mipango kama hiyo kuanzia mwaka ujao, ambao utaona kwamba wanafunzi wengi wanapata lishe wakiwa shuleni, na hili litakuwa linasaidia sana katika kuhakikisha kwamba wanafunzi wengi wanaweka nguvu zao zote katika kusoma. Sasa hawafikirii mambo ya vyakula na mambo ya njaa. I think this is a very good move.
Yes, and we believe the other counties are going to follow the suit and adopt this, because it is a good plan that gives teachers and pupils humble time to focus on the study rather than focus on some other issues. That, remember, some of these pupils, some of these students, they come from families that cannot even provide. So if they find a place where they can be provided for, it's also a boost to their morale to get back to school and read, and also be a huge lifting of burden from the parents who are not able to provide for their pupils or students or children. Now, still on matters of education, students create smart glass for the visually impaired. Now, story by Ruben Mwambingu. AGA group of students have created artificial intelligence powered smart glasses offering hope for the visually impaired. Now, the glasses have advanced optical character and contextual recognition capabilities that have the potential to break down barriers for people with sight problem. I think this is
a very good move.
These are great innovation. These are what we expect, what we expect to be in the country. You see students and pupils coming up with the innovations like in China. They produce, once you are in school, by the end of your education, you have something new that you have brought in the community and in the society. That's a kudos to the AGA group of schools. That's a great improvement. Now, let's get to other matters away from school, where we have state calls for patients as shift hobbles through pain. Now, Health CS Baraza continues to charm offensive for the public to accept and embrace new insurance scheme. A story by George Kibaso says the government yesterday called for patience as it rolls the controversial social health insurance fund, saying it was too early to make conclusion. The Health CS Secretary, Dr. Deborah Baraza, said yesterday during an informal interaction with health reporters at Afia House, insisting that what Kenyans are witnessing about the rollout are just the first steps. Now we know that SHIF has been faced with the great challenges, but we hope everything will
it is beginning to pick, because right now when you go for delivery, you will get services from the SHIF or SHA. So it is beginning to pick. I think being that the government rushed, but they are making an effort. Wanajaribu kadri ya uwezo wao kuhakikisha kwamba mfumo huu mpya wa kupeana huduma za matibabu ama kutoa huduma za matibabu unafanya.
I think it is a move. You know, everything begins at a step. And so when you start anything, it is not automatic that it will just jump start and move. It will have to go through stages, and what we are seeing is part of the stage. We believe everything will improve for the betterment of the nation. Please keep watching, and please grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper and read more comprehensively. Still on health matters, stakeholders call for timely diagnosis to manage cancer in children. Story by Matthew Ndungu, still on page 3. Now, in a bid to expand cancer screening capabilities among affected children, stakeholders have called for concrete efforts to facilitate their timely diagnosis. Considered a rare condition, childhood cancer has become growing concern in Kenya, with the Global Cancer Observatory reporting that approximately 3,000 new childhood cancer cases are diagnosed annually. That's a big number. 3,000 cases of child cancer is diagnosed every year. That's a big. So we see the stakeholders coming out and calling on the government to put more concrete, to put more effort, that this may be detected early enough.
Yeah.
That's a
good move.
That's a good move. And also sorry for that, on the same page, page 3, we see clinicians launch new magazine for research. A story by Liz Mutoni says clinical officers in the country have unveiled a magazine to make their research work visible to Kenyans. The clinicians said there was need to document their work, especially touching on research for the benefits of future generation. That's a good move.
Yeah, it will be very good for, especially for reference. Yeah, when you want to, when you are making when you're doing a research, you have to refer what was done before, what you're doing, and how you can improve on what was done and on what you're doing. So I think this will be a very good move.
Now, even with that in place, that move is also going to create another job opportunity.
Yeah,
because we have they will need an editor for the magazine. They will need writers,
photographers,
stories,
videographers, and all that.
So looking at it in a broad perspective, it is a good move. Also, in a way, they will be able to document what's happening in the area of that medical area, because those will be documented and they will be there for the time. Now let us move on to the story where dark arts police used to subdue Gen Z protest. That is in page 4 of the People Daily newspaper. Now, reports by the government agency bring to light a detail of operations that run on illegalities by the country's law enforcers. Story by Mercy Mwai. I don't know whether you have something to say about the story.
The only thing I want to say about the story ni kwamba hawa vijana wa Gen Z walifanya kosa moja. Kuna mahali ambapo walipotoka kujitokeza na kueleza kwamba wao hawana kiongozi wao, wao hawana chama chao, wao hawana inaitwa namna gani, walisema mambo matatu. Sasa kujitokeza na kusema kwamba hamna kiongozi ni swala ambalo linawafanya kuwa mkose kuwa na sauti, kwa sababu hakuna yeyote ambaye anaweza akazungumza kwa niaba yenu. Sasa kungekuwa na kiongozi wao ambaye angeweza akazungumza kwa niaba yao, basi huyu kiongozi ama viongozi wao wangeitwa na wakae chini katika mkutano na waanze kueleza kwamba sisi tunataka hiki na hiki na hiki na hiki. Ndio maana unajua mtu ambaye hana kiongozi ni mtu ambaye pengine maafisa wa polisi huwa wanawaona kama watu ambao wanataka kupindua serikali, ama wanaona kama watu ambao wanataka kupora mali, ama ni watu ambao pengine hawana mwelekeo. Kwa sababu tumekuwa tukiona hata sasa hivi kuna mgomo wa wahadhiri na wafanyikazi wa vyuo vikuu UASU wanagoma, na wako na viongozi wao pale wakiongozwa na Constantine Wasonga pale. Inamaanisha kwamba serikali inapotaka kuzungumza na hao watu itazungumza na wao kupitia wale viongozi wao. Inamaanisha kwamba hawa vijana, iwapo mtataka kujitokeza tena kuweza kuhakikisha kwamba sauti zenyu zinasikika, mkuwe na kiongozi ambaye, ama mkuwe na viongozi ambao wataenda pale na waweze kuwasilisha hoja zenu. Kwa sababu tuliona nyinyi kama Gen Z mlikuwa mnaandamana, lakini wale ambao wamepata kazi kutokana na maandamano ambayo mlikuwa mnayaandaa ni mabwenyenye, ni wazee, ni watu ambao wamekaa kwenye siasa. Wengine wao ni magavana ambao walifanya kwa miaka 10. Wengine wao pia ni watu ambao wamekaa kwenye serikali kwa zaidi ya muongo mmoja. Sasa unaona mambo kama haya inawafanya wanakuwa wanakosa nguvu ama hawana sauti ya kusikika. Sasa next time wakuwe na viongozi. I think they have learned from this, but again if in any case the police used force, excessive force, then we have IPOA. So IPOA should perform its duty and investigate and make sure that each and every law enforcer who went against the human rights, or did not protect the human rights, or did not protect the rights of the demonstrators aweze kufikishwa mahakamani na haki ichukue mkondo wake. Yeah.
Now, brief on what is in the story is that the police resorted to abductions, forced disappearance, arrest, torture, and looting to deal with anti-finance bill protest called by youths in June this year. Now, the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, KNCHR, and the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, IPOA, has released a demeaning report revealing how police officers wore civilian clothes, used unmasked cars and distorted police cars to enable them commit atrocities without being identified. Now, that is what is in the report. Please grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper and read much and more on that. I believe it is very, very important for you to read that story. And still on that page, we have fictitious house for speaker that cost 100 million Kenya shillings. A story by Anthony Mwangi.
Tunaona picha yake Senator Kajwang'.
Yes, I don't know what Senator is saying. He's saying Tana River County Assembly spent 100 million to construct the speaker's residence.
But the project never took off. The Senator Public Accounts Committee, which is probing the county over plunder of public funds, was shocked to learn that the project had not commenced 3 years after the money was allocated. That is very funny. Yeah, and the documents presented to the Auditor General showed that the speaker residence had been constructed using that amount of money. That is Kenya for you.
So we hope they are going to look into that and they are going to bring that into accountability. Now, also residents decry neglect worse than refugee they host. Now, that is a story by Hesbon Etiang in the same page 4. Residents of Turkana, West Sub-County, have voiced frustrations over the poor conditions they endure while hosting large numbers of refugees in Kakuma refugee camp, saying they feel neglected.
Yeah.
That's also a story I believe is of great significance. Please grab a copy of People Daily newspaper and read more extensively. Now, we also have Chigai Juma speaks out on femicide. Now, Office of the President staff highlight gravity of brutal attack and death on women. A story by Samuel Karaoke and Faith Mesharia. Now, in the story, you find that at least over 100 deaths of women have been recorded across the country in this month of October, the ended month of October.
And it is very painful.
That is very painful and very high. Now, the President Advisor on National Security, Dr. Monica Juma, said that the Chiga's office must lead from the front in the wake of violence and killing targeting women.
Yeah.
So that we hope that we'll see the day of the light of the day, and you can grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper. The story is on page 5 and read more extensively. Now, on the same page 5, a storm at Kisii County, executive officer Sheikh member quits citing frustrations. Now, that's a story by Robert Ochoro and Bongo Nyokangi. Now, the story states Kisii County government has been rocked with controversies following the sudden resignation of the county executive committee member in charge of public service, county administration and public participation, Dr. Alfred Ndemo. He resigned.
Yeah, he was the waziri or chief executive committee member, county executive committee member for public administration and devolution. So the guy was complaining that he's being frustrated, and every effort he has made, he had made to reach the governor or to explain to governor how things should be done was futile. So ikamlazimu yeye aende
Ajiondoe.
na unajua this guy is a professor, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, he's a professor. So no, I don't want to talk bad. But we just hope for the best for Kisii County. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that's great. But
yeah.
we've learned in the past that Kisii and Nyamira County has been facing a lot. They have been going a lot of troubles, fights, impeachment motions, and all that. But we hope with time this will come to an end. Now, there's this story we didn't bring you, but it's also in the People Daily newspaper. Clinic inpatient death case one closure reversed.
Yeah.
Reversed. Now, that story by Alphonse Mungao. A health care provider closed down by regulators will have its case seeking to reverse the decision had under certificate of urgency. The High Court has ruled. Now, the Omnicare Medical was closed by the Kenya Medical Practitioners and Dentist Council on 31st. Now, this happens in a wake of a case whereby a patient was taken to Omnicare, treated, and actually undergone a surgery, but unfortunately it persisted, and the patient was rushed to Nairobi Hospital, where the patient died. Now, when this matter was reported to the union, that is KMPDC, they actually demanded the closure. They wrote a notice that the hospital, the medical care facility is no longer fit to function. However, we see the facility moving to court to challenge that, reversing that. Now, that's also a story you can read in page 6 of the People Daily newspaper. Now, I want Lennox to take this story on Azimio, the top story on Azimio. Yes.
Yes, Azimio in slow death as allies announce plans to quit the alliance. So, what is happening is that Azimio is in its deathbed. Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka and his allies have disclosed they were planning to form a new political coalition. Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga's Azimio la Umoja coalition could be dying after Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka and his allies disclosed that they were planning to move and form a new political outfit. Kalonzo and Democratic Alliance Party of Kenya, that is DAP Kenya, leader Eugene Wamalwa, said the planned outfit would bring together and like-minded individuals in quote, and could be in place as early as next January. And remember, the DAPK already is no longer a member of the Azimio coalition. Yeah, walishatoka, and they are no longer there, and they are claiming that ODM party is now assisting the Kenya Kwanza government to frustrate Kenyans, to impose taxes on Kenyans. That's what the party leader Eugene Wamalwa said. And but in politics, they say it is a game of interest. So in politics, they say there is no permanent enemy and there is no permanent friend. So I think these people should just learn and move on, because even Kalonzo himself, there's a time he said nitapenya katikati, and we saw him in the middle at the end of the day. You remember that? So that is politics for you. So I think if it is a matter of quitting and forming another coalition, let them do, because that's what will fit them and that's what makes them come together.
Now, as Azimio is dying, is on his deathbed with other coalition members pulling out, Kalonzo Musyoka and Eugene Wamala from DAPK has also a plan to include in the new outfit Rigathi Gachagua and members who, and MPs who supported Rigathi Gachagua. So they are also going to be included, and they say the new outfit will be in place come January.
Yeah.
We'll announce the
So
name of the new
let's
outfit
wait
come
for the
January.
earthquake.
Or let us wait and see what's happening, what
Yeah.
will be happening then. But remember, on the same note, ODM has launched a grassroots elections, which they announced. And if you were here yesterday, we gave you a brief of that. It is also there. Now, moving on to page 8, turn around in Kwale as girls defy education myth. Now, a story by Shaban Omar. Now, Kwale has been seen as one of the counties where ladies were not given priority to undertake education serious, but we see they are defying all these odds to make sure that they go to school, and this has changed. From the story, a lot has changed, and now Kwale can be counted among the counties that embrace girl child education. Now, that's a story on page 8. Please grab a copy and read more extensively. Now, let us move to the People Daily editorial. Now, we have quotes of the day. We have quotes of the day. We have
there's Quisero MP Christopher Aseka. He looks is Gashagua's lookalike.
Now, what is he saying?
Yeah.
Apart from the looks,
people pay taxes to the government in exchange for services, but why should my constituents continue doing this to the county when they are seeing nothing on the ground? I think this is just he's talking to the governor of Quisero. Is in which county? Huh?
My friend, are you
let us leave it as Quisero. I don't know it is in which county. No, you know.
Okay, it's okay.
You have to have facts, and if you don't have facts,
I understand.
yeah.
Understand.
So
I understand.
I think it is in Kakamega.
Let me confuse you more. Not in Higa.
Yeah. I think it is in Vihiga.
Okay, let me further confuse you. Not in Bungoma.
It might be even in Trans Nzoia. So whatever county it is in between Trans Nzoia, Vihiga, Kakamega, and Bungoma, whatever county it is in, yes, let that governor deliver services to the people. Yes.
Okay, let me take on this one. Kwale Director of Education, Ahmed Mohammed. He says the situation is worrying because while we are seeing promising progress with girls, the number of boys advancing to higher level of education is declining.
Yes.
Now, on the contrary, the number of girls are moving on, embracing education.
Girl child empowerment programs are too many, and they are all over. And the boy child was forgotten, and that's why Pastor Dorcas Rigathi came up with that initiative, at least to remember the girl child.
Because the boy child.
Yeah, the boy child, I mean. Because even if you remember in primary school, even in high school, after completing high school, the cutoff point for girls
was reduced.
Is lower than the cutoff boys for boys. And again, if you look at how women are being treated, they are very special,
and they end up saying gender equality.
Wow. Yet there's a way that if you treat a woman that you'll be in a hot soup. Such like things.
So I think we need to see many people coming up with the programs that is empowering the boy child.
Because and again, the boy child also fears an empowered woman. Because the boy child cannot marry
an empowered boy child. Empowered boy child.
So when
empowered, all empowered, then I think they will be at par.
I think at least they can marry each other. They can marry because
don't really marry. I don't know why you.
No, I have to bring it to that.
In the aspect of marriage,
most of the time, watu huwa wanaangalia hii kitu hivi. Ukiona mwanadada ambaye anaendesha gari, hata kama hana bwana, anatamani sana bwana. But each and every man will assume she is married.
But again, you see, I've seen some of my friends who are married, they never attained the highest level of education. Some dropped out in class 8, some dropped out in after finishing Form 4. But they have married graduates, they have married doctors, they have married ladies. So I think it is that perception should be out. It is not that an empowered girl or an empowered lady is more superior, cannot.
No, what you
see,
there's that
it depends
thing,
on the moral
there's what we call
upbringing.
first, how do you call it, first impression, that like what you will feel at first. You know, even me, when I first met you,
Yes.
there is what I felt. When I first met you and interacted with you, there's a way I felt, and I said this guy might be this way and this way and this way. So that's what I'm talking about. You meet a lady for the first time, and then when you realize that she is driving, and you are not driving as a man, there's a way you will keep off, even if you are interested.
That is what I call low self-esteem.
Yes, that low self-esteem is what we are talking about. Boy children are having low self-esteem. Yeah.
Not all.
Including me.
I wanted to ask that, but it is okay. You've answered me even before I asked.
Because when you see a woman driving a Porsche, and let's say you are driving, I don't want to mention the type of vehicle, but maybe you are having a motorcycle. You know, you will feel like, I can't approach this woman for marriage.
No, say you. Lennox will feel like
me,
not
personally.
you. You know, if you say you, it is like you are pointing at me. It is only me with you.
That's why I said I can't.
Okay, I understand that. Now let me take this quote as you prepare to take on the
thought of the day.
Thought of the day. Now, a quote from Health Cabinet Secretary Deborah Buraza. We don't expect a 30-day-old baby to run a marathon, but a baby has to grow. Have a baby steps, then they are able to walk, and then they will sprint. And so it is the same thing with the program. That's in response to the chief.
Yeah,
that's happening. Okay.
Yes, thought of the day. Politics is the art of choosing between the disastrous and the unpalatable. By John Kenneth Galbraith. When will my thought of the day be published?
Okay, just give it out. What do you have for the people to think of?
Laziness is sweet when you don't know that you're lazy.
Okay, it's okay. We'll see how to reach that to the people daily, so that they can at least publish that. But it must be it's like in relation to a story that is.
It's like the people who are being who their thoughts are being published, they have very big names, because if you look at them, we have John Kenneth Galbraith. It means that a name like Odede can't appear there.
But Odede will look very unique when it appears there.
Okay.
Now let us look at the cartoon of the day. Now it's focusing on the elections in the United States of America. I wonder what you're laughing at. Let me know.
No, the cartoon is just very funny.
Very fine.
Yeah. So I think okay, there's a woman there who is I don't know whether that is a dress or it is a lasso, but the dress is made up of a Kenyan flag, and then it has got kiraka. How do we call kiraka in English? Patches. Yeah, we call kiraka. Yeah, and then if you look at her legs, she is wearing old open shoes, sandals actually, and then she is carrying a chondo, a kiondo, a chondo, and now
not a chondo, my friend.
Okay, a bag. And then if you look at her wrist, he's putting on a bangle that is also showing a Kenyan flag.
My man, today you're making my day. I'm
Bangli. now, I want you to read
You
on
want
what
me to
she's
read or
saying.
you are going to read?
No, I was just still describing the woman.
Yes.
Yeah. And then this woman
Uh-huh.
is talking to a mzungu. The mzungu is wearing a cap
Yeah.
with a US flag. And again, the mzungu is having a trouser. In
And
fact,
a
the
bow
mzungu
tie.
is having a bow tie, a shirt, a blazer, a trouser, which is also resembling a US flag.
Yes.
Yeah. And this mzungu is voting, and then the ballot box has got a padlock,
It's
meaning
padlocked.
it's locked. And then there's that space for voting. Now the mzungu is voting. Now read the.
Now this is what Wajiku say. I am an election.
No, this is not Wanjiku.
Okay.
Yeah,
Being
these are a delegate.
Being that she is in a Kenyan cloth.
Yeah, these are delegates. Remember we had a Kenyan who was sent to Botswana to be an election observer.
Okay, so she's an observer.
Yeah,
she's saying,
she's an observer.
I am an election observer from Kenya.
Good.
Spoil me with something that will influence who will count the votes and how. The election observer from Kenya has carried all the mentality from Kenya.
I think Kenyans we have a problem. Tuko na shida. Like hii kitu kidogo inajulikana kila mahali that in Kenya you have to remove kitu kidogo so that someone at least can influence who will count your vote and how. That's a very funny thing.
Okay, okay. You actually you made my day from that cartoon of the day.
There's the five W's and H. So I can
You have
see.
really made my day from that cartoon of the day. Okay, now let us move on to page 13. Court sentences 2 for Uganda athletes murder. Now, a judge relied on CCTV footage used in court, which placed the duo at the scene of crime. The story is by Winston Sereni, 2 convicted of hatching and executing the killing of Kenya-born Uganda 300 meters steeplechase runner Benjamin Kiplagat were yesterday sentenced to 35 years in prison, each by an Eldoret court. The 2008 World Junior and 3,000 meter steeplechase civil medalist was murdered while on his way home on the eve of New Year. I think justice is taking its course.
Yeah, justice is taking its course, and again, I think the most painful thing, Mr. Isaiah, is to be a prisoner in a foreign world or in a foreign country. Yeah, because I am imagining how frequently these people can be visited by their loved ones, or back maybe from Uganda. Yeah, because I've always watched documentaries of foreigners who are serving sentences in Kenya. Like their main agony is missing their family members. You know, imagining that your mates are being visited by their family members, you have nobody to visit you because you are in a foreign country. So I think people should desist from crime, even if it is in your country, or even just make sure that you are very far from criminal activities. Even if you are sent by someone to participate in crime, please just avoid being in crime scene
activities.
Yeah.
Okay, still moving on matters of court issues. We say man charged in Mavoko court with insulting county boss. Yes, a story by Genston Valusi. A story by Genston Valusi states a man has been charged at the Mavoko Law Court with
publication
in
of
the publication
false
of falsehood against Machakos Governor
Wavinya Ndeti.
Wavinya Ndeti. Now that is what is also there. Please grab a copy and read more extensively. And as still on the same page 13, American National in defilement case released on cash bail. A story by Gidraf Mwangi. It states that an American national has appeared before Nairobi court charged with defiling a 10-year-old. Kirkovic Michael Daniel denied the charges before Milimani magistrate Elizabeth Muiru. The prosecutor told the court that the offense took place on diverse dates between August and December 2022 in Parklands area in Westlands. Now that's also a story on what court issues. Either it was lifted. Please grab a copy and read more extensively. Still on Crime Watch, 10 dead in weekend murder statistics. Only the weekend murder statistics, 10 are dead. And now we see case of citizens taking the law into their hands are source of concern, pointing a lack of faith in the police and judicial system. A story by Zadok Angira. It states that there are concerns over mob justice with no one being held accountable and detectives accused of cover-ups. Now, in some cases, police have been involved in public killing and beating of suspected criminals, or simply stood by while mob attacked alleged criminals. I don't know. I had witnessed one time when I was in Nairobi in relation to this story, where I saw somebody was accused of murder, and the police officers were just there, and people descended on that person mercilessly, and actually they beat him nearly to death. So the cases on mob justice is increasing, and I think people need to be educated. People need to be empowered. People need to be told that in case of this is the best way to report. Resorting to mob justice has led to the murder of even innocent people. Yeah, in fact, I loved I think it was last week. I loved what the boda riders at Tiendege stage in Migori, Nyinjo did. Because there were two suspects who they suspected of stealing a motorbike. And then what they did is that they took them to the police station themselves. There are people who wanted those people to be beaten, but then their chairman came out and said, no, you can't beat people in our stage because it will put us on the wrong side of the law. What we do, let us take these two to the police station so that the police can investigate the matter. And I really loved that, because I really feared that those people would be beaten because there are people who are very angry. And so I think that's the way to go. If you suspect someone, just take him or her to the police station, explain that it is this way and this way and this way, so that the police can investigate the matter. Yeah, because you might beat someone and then you get into hot, how do we call it, from frying pan to the fire. I remember, I don't know whether I have told you the story. There's while I was in primary school, there's a teacher. In which school?
Tinpalago Primary School. Yeah, in Kanyampodo village. Yes. So there's one teacher who used to teach us mathematics, and so one day while he was going home from work, then he met a thief being beaten by mob. So he got himself involved in that. You see? And then, unfortunately, the suspect or the person who was being beaten died. And so the police officers now began their investigation. And now the investigation was putting this teacher as one of the suspects because he participated in beating this person or this particular suspect. So he was sentenced to 20 years in imprisonment. So you can imagine, you are a public figure, because in our village, when you are a teacher, each and every person knows that so and so is a teacher,
and there's a respect that you
there's a respect that you earn, because that's a village whereby teachers are respected and teachers are known people. It depends. That's where I come from. So even if you are a new teacher, everyone will know that you are a teacher and you have to be respected. So that teacher was given 20 years, just for participating in beating this guy. Maybe he just slapped him. Maybe he just took a small jiwe and threw at him. So things, mambo kama haya, tafadhali.
Let us try to avoid them.
Just avoid. Even if you see somewhere whereby a thief is being beaten, as an upright citizen, move away from that scene.
If you realize that you cannot calm the crowd,
just
please
move away
don't
from the scene.
participate in the activity. Please walk away. Now, on the same note, a man in court for exposing child's personal information in a data case. A magistrate has declined to appel the director of public prosecutions to expedite the prosecution of a matter in which a city trader is accused of exposing the personal data of a minor. That's also, you can read there. And also still on same cases, we have outrage over killings in Vihiga and Nakuru. Story by Enoch Amukale and Bernard Waweru. Two people, a matatu operator and a boda rider, were killed in separate incidents in Vihiga and in Nakuru. So I think that is part of what we are talking about. Please grab a copy of the People Daily newspaper and read more comprehensively. I'm moving very fast to matters to do with sports. Now we are in sports. Rising to big leagues. At just 21, Deborah Jesang has turned head in Kenya's volleyball circle, quickly racing through the rank of playing for KCB women volleyball team, and now eyes Japan's elite league and national team.
We just pray for her because anatuinua jina sisi kama wa Kenya. So Deborah Jesang, keep on pushing. She's just 21 years old and already making millions.
I don't want you to say the aspect of making millions.
Yeah, she's making money. Yeah, she is making money.
I don't know why today you are very much controversial. But
is she not making money?
It is good.
No, just answer the question. Is she not making money?
She's making money.
Yeah, if you look at the earning sport, she joined KCB in January 2024 and immediately impacted the team, securing a place in the squad that competed at the African Club Championship in Egypt. You see, despite KCB finishing fourth, Jesang was named the best right attacker, solidifying her role in the team. Yes. So she's earning.
She's earning. Yes. Okay, moving on, we have Faith Kipyegon, that is on page 28. Third Olympic gold marathon, Paris 2024. New year records in 150 meters, 3.3 minutes, 49 seconds plus blah blah blah.
And 4 microseconds. Yes.
So we see that 300 meters. I think Faith Kipyegon is doing great. Now the Olympian gold in 500 meters with the time also set there.
And
now
we also have Beatrice Chebet there.
Kenyans miss out. The Olympian superstar gold medalist Faith Kipyegon and Beatrice Chebet meets final cut for the World Athletes Honors. A story by Patrick Wanja. Please grab a copy and read much of more of that. Now Muthaiga iconic captain's prize tease off with SBM's 1.5 million support. Now for the lovers of golf, it is there for you. And also we see Fortune Sacco steals up in top spot as Mofa closes in on NSL trophy. Now Fortune Sacco FC and Michael Olunga's Football Academy, Mofa are setting the pace in the 2024-2025 Football Kenya Federation National Super League campaign. I think that's great. And also we see Parliament tells soccer poll agencies to execute exercise within time. You can also get to look at that. Now moving on very fast. I don't know whether to have something. Super Mario is back. Mario Balotelli returns to Serie A, booked with the first 5 minutes. I loved Balotelli. I loved this guy. He knows what he wants.
He got a yellow within 5. In 4 years when he came on. Anyway.
And also we see Manchester United fans prefer new stadium to Old Trafford facelift. Your Probe report says. I'm not going to read that, but if you want to read, you're allowed.
Yeah, if you're a fan of Manchester, maybe.
Okay. At 39, LeBron James spends $194 million a year to stay fit. $194 million per year to stay fit.
Is this a waste of money and resources?
In the
Amani mimi sina. Huh?
Why do you say una?
Like 194 million a year just to stay fit.
Yes, in a TV, in the latest TV series stating 5 of the biohacking regime of NBA legend, and remember, he also praised this Brown. So you also get to find that they have to spend, like Cristiano Ronaldo is spending a lot of money in fitness just to make himself fit to be
just,
the pitch and
I think if you have too much of something is dangerous. Yeah.
Gunners on verge of injury relief.
Hapa umeguza producer.
No, I'm not touching on anybody.
Let me touch on anybody.
The Gunners are on the verge of injury relief.
Maybe
they have suffered a lot.
Maybe
of
you
injury.
Fear the producer. Let me touch on him.
No, I'm reading on the story and
Okay.
I'm giving the viewers on this what is on the story, and it is that the Gunners have faced a lot of injury,
Okay.
and this has shown them in the past 3 games they have emerged only with 1 point. Now, as they get relief from their injury, now I believe they'll be performing better. Arsenal welcomes back captain Odegaard from injury as they travel to Milan for a Champions League clash with the Inter Milan. We hope they're going to do better today.
And we wish them all the best.
Yes.
Yes.
You wanted to say something?
No, I think we are done for today. And I wanted to insult Manchester United fans, but
Okay,
we'll
go ahead.
So
Go ahead. Be
let
very
me
careful with insults because you may face the full force of the law. I've just helped.
Okay, let me insult my fellow Chelsea fans.
No, I'm saying be careful with insults. You just saw not long ago where a person is in court for abusing the county boss. So desist from insults.
Okay.
But you can comment positive. You can criticize.
Okay, we love you, Man U fans.
Not only Man U fans. I'm just giving you. I'm just telling you to be on the line.
Oh, waja kunikazia maisha.
My dear viewers, thank you so much for keeping tuned to BTV Vibrant Morning here in BTV, where we give you a brief of what is in the People Daily newspaper. We have to bring